Hey there, Cloud here. Welcome back to another episode of World Change. Now, in this episode, we are going to go ahead and do a little bit something different, So these are the seasonal townhouses that we're working on. We already did summer and we did fall. So this one's going to be winter and this one's going to be spring. However, right now we are not going to be doing that. We are going to be building a different house just to change up things a little bit, and then we're going to go back to the seasonal townhouses. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and build my childhood house. After explaining my whole basement situation in the other episode of the townhouses with the summer one with the yandere basement, it made me kind of miss my childhood house and I kind of wanted to build it again. So let's go ahead and see if I can remember what it looks like. Because it has been, what, 20 years? No! It's been like 17 years since I've been back at that house, okay? So, yeah, let's see if I can remember any of it. This lot is a lot smaller than I would anticipate. Normally, this lot alone would probably be the lawn, and then this would be where the house starts, and it would go all the way back here. This would have to be the backyard and all that stuff. But no, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna go ahead and just build it like a normal house. We had a porch in the backyard. We had the house kind of like this. It was very box shaped, I just now realized. But we had a porch here and then the backyard. So the front yard, it would be actually ground level like this. And then we would probably have the garage like this. Something like that. I'm not entirely certain. I believe there were at least some kind of steps. So we're gonna build that up a little bit just so that we have it. Okay, I think it would be like that. And then we had a bump out kind of like this, except a lot smaller than that. This is hard, but let me see what I can do. Something like that, because there was a little garden in the front. I just don't remember if this was bumped out like this or not. I don't remember. And then I believe we had something like this. And then we had just like a driveway like that. Sure, I think this is close enough. You see, the thing is with the house, it was at the bottom of a hill and it would keep going down. That's why we had the top porch. It's gonna have to be close enough to what we got. And then this was a 2-car garage, but we kind of treated it like a storage room anyway. And then so we had like one big kind of door like that. Similar, okay. And then I believe we had some sort of garden here also. It was like a little one, something like that. And then we had the a pathway of going around. The problem is I don't exactly recall it, so I can't emulate it. Okay, I think it was something like that. And then we had some white paneling on the side. And then I think we had a white door. No, we had a white door, but we had a black gate like in front of it. So like we would have technically a double door, I guess. But it definitely didn't have like glass. It was more like something like that. But then we would have a metal door like right in front of it. Something like this technically, but not, because I don't know. But I can't emulate it here. And then on this wall, we had like a window that kind of popped out a bit. Something like that. But that's a little big, so we're gonna go ahead and shrink this down just a wee bit. No, I can't shrink it down. Can I? You know what? Let me do the layout inside first. Okay, the layout is weird. We had a closet right here. We had the stairs here. I think there was a closet here too, because the master bedroom was here. But then the layout's off because it's doing something like that. I know I had my bedroom here. It was at the end of the hallway. Now that confuses me even more. How do I do this? Maybe if I move it over a little bit. I'm trying really hard to lay out how this house was. I can't. This is so difficult. This in itself is a challenge. It's fine. It's fine. It's doable. It's doable, okay? Now that I'm remembering more, there was a closet right next to the basement, okay? Which means there was 2 closets here. One for my mom, one for my dad, if I recall correctly. We're gonna make this like unusable space, okay? Which means we have to elongate this part of the house just a wee bit, okay? Because I had a fairly decent sized room, okay? Well, I shared it with my sister, but it's the same thing, okay? Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put the closet here, because I know for a fact that my closet was like really small. It was like that. And then I had a bed right here. but you can't fit a bed there. You could fit like a half bed like this, something like that. But I didn't have a bed like that. I had something more like a double size bed, something bigger like that. Okay, but that's not gonna fit. I'd have to move it over one more. Unless I make the house bigger. I guess I could make it just a tad bit bigger, you know? Okay, yeah, this is looking a little bit better. And then the kitchen, I mean the bathroom was like a long bathroom. There was a shower here, which means if the shower was there, there was probably a closet here. Okay, well this bedroom is definitely way too big for its own good, but it's fine. Okay, we're gonna try doing something like that, okay? This house is ginormous for no reason. It has no business being this big, but whatever, okay? How do people build like floor plans in The Sims? I don't get it. I can't. I don't get it. Yeah, you're gonna have to make changes and all that jazz, but like, how? Oh my god, you're not even... Oh, okay, that's why. This isn't turning well. I will be the first, and I definitely will not be the last to admit this. This is not going well. I can't even line this up because I'm trying to get the bottom floor to look nice, and the bottom floor isn't looking nice, and I'm just like, what do I do? What if I did something like this? Okay, well, it's not turning out accurate, but it's close enough, and that's all that really matters right now. So we're gonna go ahead and go with it, okay? I know that I had an archway kind of like that, I believe. I'm not really certain, and it's also super dark in here, so let's get some lighting. Now the lights, I cannot tell you what it looked like, okay? I never paid attention to our lights. I was just thinking, oh, I'm a kid, I'm gonna just focus on, you know, surviving. As you know, most kids should be doing. But at the moment, I don't really remember what the lights looked like. I don't even know what the doors look like. Did we have like one of these kinds of doors? Did we have two doors? Oh, I'm so confused right now. But we're just gonna go ahead and do it like that, okay? Did we have a window? Where was the sink? Okay, no, there was a table here. There was just a table and then empty walls. We had shelves here, I think. But then we had like a big entryway also. So does this mean I have to make this bigger again? Do I make the hallway skinnier? Okay, I'm gonna try making the hallway skinnier and hoping that that kind of helps it. It helps it a little bit, but I don't know how I feel about this. And then there's no way, okay, that our dining room was this small, because look at that. Okay, let's, I need a nice wooden table, something that has like a little bit of gray in it, because they used a gray table. We still have that table. It's similar, it has same vibes, it's just not exact, you know? And then I remember our chairs, we still have those same chairs. They have like little fluffs on the ends of it and everything. Not the ends of it. Oh my gosh, they have cushions. Wow. Okay. Fluffs? Really? So we had maybe something like that. Okay. It was like something similar to this, okay? But the thing is, we had a china cabinet. It was a huge thing. I never understood it. But we had it like that, okay? Now, granted, it does not fit with these walls, okay? These walls are short. So we're gonna use this one. But it was huge, and for no reason, too. Like, I never understood it, to be perfectly honest. But it was maybe like that. And I remember, in this, like, little drawer right here, I had my quote-unquote secret stash. And realistically, it wasn't really a secret stash. Like, even my older sister admitted that she kind of took stuff from it every now and then. It was a terrible time. But, you know what? It's fine. Now, on the table, we still have that table also. It was like it's a marble table. But I don't think we have a marble table in The Sims. All of these are kind of wooden. Yeah, they're all wooden, except for this. No, even that's wooden. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna go with these. Now the chairs, I don't remember them, to be perfectly honest. Do we still have them? I don't know. But these are the chairs that I'm gonna go with. And they're just gonna have to work with what I need them to work with, okay? Now, I don't honestly remember if we put anything in this corner. I don't even remember if there was a window. I'm going to assume it was something like that. Mostly because I just want to use these windows. Ooh, the counters. What did we do with the counters? I think it was something along the lines of these. I don't remember. I never really did much in the kitchen. Now these are definitely not the cabinets that we had, but I'm definitely gonna use it anyway, so don't mind me. But I don't think those cabinets are gonna work with what I need it for, so I'm going to go ahead and change it to something that I can hopefully use. Part of me wants to say we had white tabletops or white counters, and then the cabinets themselves were just kind of like dark. And then we had something like this question mark. Now, I could not tell you where the stove or the sink was. This could have been the stove, this could have been the sink. Actually, I think the sink was here. And then we had a dishwasher here. And part of me wants to say we had the oven right there. Because right here, okay? Right here, we had the fridge. I remember the fridge. The fridge I used to sit in whenever it was hot, okay? I remember that. Yes, I legitimately sat in it, okay? Don't judge me. And then we had more cabinets here, but I never opened those cabinets for some reason, okay? That looks similar. Now, do I remember the flooring? I think... Oh no, I think I remember the flooring because I used to just love this flooring. For some reason, I never understood why. But it was like something like this. It was very patterned. Not like that. It was a lighter color like how it is right there. But I don't really remember what it looked like, to be perfectly honest. But it was something like this. And I don't know, like that in my head is how I see like flooring should be in kitchens. And you could not ask me what color the walls were. I don't remember what color the walls were. If anything, I'm assuming everything was just white. No, these stairs are not right. They were wooden stairs, but they still had the under, so I can't use those. Yeah, I suppose that's right. Now, I know we had a piano. It wasn't like anything grand like that, and it wasn't a keyboard. It was a different kind of piano. Like, if we took off the back of this organ, and it was just like this, it would be this kind of piano. So I'm gonna use this. Don't mind me, but I'm gonna use it. And it was like a brown color, and I loved this piano, okay? I never got to use it, to be perfectly honest, but I loved that piano. Now the wall did extend that much, I believe. Not entirely certain, but that looks a little more correct. And then we had the piano in the corner here. I could not tell you what was here. I couldn't. I honestly could not. Okay. Maybe pillars. There were pillars like right here, I think. Because I know that it was divided. And we had a computer here. See, this is too small, but I can't extend it too much. Otherwise, the proportions for the living room becomes off. And I'm just like, what do I do? See, even sizing it by 1 is enough to make this look and feel so much bigger. Yeah, screw it. We're just gonna do it. Weren't there 2? Where's the other one? I don't remember the window, to be perfectly honest. I just don't really remember windows. But we're going to use this one and pretend that it was such a big window. Super big. Ultra big. And of course, patio extended that far out. The proportions are just so weird in this game. It's just totally throwing me off. Okay, I don't remember what kind of end table we had. We had a table here though. And like with this, we also had a lamp on top of it. We still have that lamp. We still have that table. I remember it's a marble table now. Oh my god. They really loved their marble back then. They probably still love it now, but you know, it was really prominent back then. But then that was the style, I guess, because it was the 90s, okay? Okay, well, they don't have the style lamp that we had, but these candles are similar. I mean, not entirely. I'll get a different lamp. Good enough. Okay, now we do still have that painting, but my parents have a painting of a horse, and it's a really pretty painting in my opinion. It's just like this horse that's like running towards the camera, and like behind it it's just like black and blue, and it's just like, I don't know how to explain it, to be perfectly honest, but it's a really pretty painting. Sadly, there are no horse paintings in The Sims, so we're gonna go with this. We can go with a fox, that's fine. So it was a box TV. It was kind of like this size of a box TV. It was my favorite thing. I'm not even joking. Like, I loved this TV so much. It was brown. It was kind of almost wooden, and I don't know where it went, to be perfectly honest. I think it stopped working at one point. Okay, now I don't know which one I should do, because at one point we had this really gross couch. It was gross to me, I'm sorry, but it was kind of gross. But we had this couch, and I'm pretty sure it was like old hand-me-down kind of couch. We had it for a good minute, and we had 3 of them. One of them at one point was pretty much just like that. It was covering the piano, okay? And then we had another one. We had so many of these. I never understood why, but like, we had something like that, okay? We had something like this. It wasn't connected here, but it was one couch here, one couch here, one couch here, and one couch here. And I never understood why we had 4 couches, okay? We had 4 couches, but I'm not gonna do that. Okay, we're gonna go with something else. I can do something like this. This is totally fine by me. Granted, everything. Wow, this space is so big. But yeah, it was pretty much like this, and I cannot tell you what was in this area right here. It was storage. Was it a column, a wall? I don't know. I genuinely do not know. So we're gonna leave it blank because I don't know. But I do believe we had a mirror, actually. I was gonna say a painting, but no, I think it was a mirror above the TV. Yeah, I don't remember. Now, the wall floors, it was fairly simple. It was just like wooden floors all around. That's why I really love wooden floors. I think I gotten so used to wooden floors that I'm just like, okay, I like the wooden floors. Was it wooden floors or was it carpet? No, I'm pretty sure they were wooden floors. Oh, and then the closet. Right. Almost forgot about it. Actually, it was more like a singular door, okay? It was more like that. Something like that. And then we had something like that. This is very, like, closed off. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think the doors were this color. My mom never used white doors before. Or no, like, they didn't use white doors back then. Now they do. But back then, it was these doors, definitely. Especially in the 90s. Ooh, boy. This color was so popular. I don't know why. I don't agree with it, but it's whatever. I'm not even gonna think about the layout on the top floor. I changed the bottom floor so much that the top floor is going to have to change again, and I'm not looking forward to that, to be perfectly honest. Okay, but I think it was something like this. Now, granted, the scale is completely off. This should be about the same size as this side, but because of, you know, drastic measures and all that jazz, we had to kind of make it a little bit bigger. Okay, I'm sorry. So for the bathroom, we had a sliding door here, but it was also a bathtub, so we can go ahead. Oh, perfect. Oh, we had a window here. It was like a very small window, like something like that, I think, and it was like super high up, but we could still kind of see through it. Ooh, but then my room, they were kind of big windows, like at least for me, because I was a kid. Okay, I'm kind of tiny compared to like everything else, so when I see these windows, I'm like thinking, wow, these things are ginormous. In reality, they probably aren't. Okay, it wasn't like this, okay, but they were like at the corner and they were definitely connected, so it kind of shows off more like this. But ooh, this is kind of pretty. I like the idea of corner windows. Wait a minute, maybe I should just do that more often with my own builds. But this is nice, okay? This is very nice. Granted, my room, the layout changed so often that I honestly can't remember how it was. And honestly, I don't even remember changing it myself, okay? Because I remember we had a bed here, and then suddenly the bed would be over here, okay? And then at one point, my bed was just in the living room, and there was no bed in here. I didn't get it. What was going on with my room? I don't understand, okay? Oh wait, now I remember why I was in the living room, because they were painting the walls. Oh my gosh, okay. I remember now. Yeah, I don't really remember the layout. Like, what was even in here? I didn't even have a dresser. Did I have a dresser? I don't know. I could not tell you. I did have this desk though. I still have the desk. However, it had a glass cover, and I kind of broke that glass cover. Don't tell my parents. But it broke, and I'm really sad about it. But the desk itself is still fine. I'm still using it to this day, so you know that's fine and all. What kind of chair did I use back then? I think they just kind of used whatever chair was available. So I would not be surprised if this was the kind of chair they had. And we had this. We had a monitor over here also. Yeah, so just kind of imagine that this is like the little port thingy, whatever it's called. But yeah, just imagine it like that, okay? Because it was definitely on the table at the time. Now, I don't remember what was in this corner. Ooh, I genuinely just don't remember. You know what? We're just gonna stuff it with toys, because I remember I had mountains of toys, and I just kind of like made space however I could. Okay, so that's the toys there. Yes, I would keep my cars straight up in a line. Everything else would be just piled up all over the place, okay? That's just how it was. And then, of course, backpack just kind of strewn all over the place. We had two, because I used to share this room with my younger sister. Okay, I don't really recall it being like this, but you know what? It's fine. Sounds about right. Okay, for my parents' room, I'm sorry. I don't remember it, to be perfectly honest. The only thing that I actually do remember is that they had this dresser right here. Now, this room is a lot bigger than it should be. If anything, I would shrink it down this much. And also this much. Okay, it definitely wasn't like ginormous, but right now, it's kind of big. Because I need to get the door over here and yeah, okay, that's fine. They had a dresser. They had two dressers actually. So maybe it was kind of big. But let's say they had the two dressers, okay? Side by side, definitely in the corner. And the only reason I remember their dressers is because they had my mom's makeup was there. And I used to play with her makeup. Yeah, I used to play with it, and then of course I'd get in trouble. But like, I don't know, I was just makeup, but I was kind of curious. I see my mom wearing it every day, and I was just like, okay, I want to see why she wears it. And then I just kind of had fun with it, and then I got in trouble like later on. But you know what? It's fine. Now their bed, I believe it was sideways like this, something like that. I'm just putting random furniture, not even really trying, but I think it was like that. And then they had storage here. I believe it was storage anyway. Like, it was just a bunch of like things all over the place. Something like that. I could not tell you. I rarely ever went to the room. Surprisingly enough, I was that type who did want to sleep in their bed most of the time. But like literally, I don't remember what their room looked like. I only remember literally this part of the room. I don't remember. This is really hard. Like the scale is throwing me off too because I want it to look exact, but it doesn't look exact and it's throwing me off. And I think that's the bathroom pretty much done. I'm not going to touch the closets because they were just shelves and holding stuff and all that jazz, okay? I don't really remember. Okay, first floor is complete. It's a mess, I will admit. It's a hot mess, but you know what? It's fine. Okay, so the basement. It actually connected to the garage. So there were like 3 different ways to get into the garage, which means I have to actually make the garage a little bit bigger. Okay, so there were 3 different ways to get into the garage. It was through either the basement, the back door, or through the garage doors, which are kind of missing on this side, but that's totally fine. We can just kind of do that. Okay. But then that means this basement is unnecessarily large. Okay, it was definitely not this large. There used to be a bathroom in this corner right here. And I could not for the life of you remember or tell you. Yeah, this bathroom was terrifying, to be perfectly honest. I always thought that there was going to be a monster just hiding inside. I hated it with all my might. This room right here, terrifying room. It went like that. There was a small room right here. We can go ahead and delete this bit. And then the laundry room itself, okay? That's not too bad. And then I recall there was like maybe 2 windows right there. Yeah, just kind of tall enough to peek out into the yard, okay? Because do remember, this house was on a hill. We were just kind of halfway down the hill and then it would keep going down. So technically you would be able to see like this much at least. Okay, it is a new day. I had to take a break because I was getting really tired because I tend to record these late at night for some reason. I don't know why, but I do. And sometimes I regret it, sometimes I don't, but you know, it doesn't really matter. There was a bathroom here. I think the door was at a diagonal. I am building like the skinniest hallways ever. Okay, but There was definitely a bathroom here. There was a closet here. Technically, there was a wall here also, so I shouldn't have deleted that. And then, if I recall, there was an attic here. This actually needs to be a little bit lower also, because there was a window here. I remember this room, because that attic, it scared the heck out of me. Where's the doggy door? Okay, so like, there was this door. It led to the attic, but it scared the heck out of me. It was just kind of terrifying, so I'm gonna put a door there to represent it. And if I recall, I believe all of the walls were white. Oh man, I can't change it to white. You don't understand how badly I want to just do that, but oh, this is gonna look terrible. It's fine. There was definitely a window here. There was a small window over here. And then there was another window, I think something like that. This used to be like an attic kind of space, but my dad ended up turning it into a extension kind of closet. And keep in mind, it wasn't like a full like length like this. There was a roof and it was at an angle. So like, let's take this for an example. This part right here, that would be how tall this closet was. So it would be at an angle and it would be this tall and it would lead out all the way here. And then if I recall, there was another closet there and then two more closets here. They were technically the same size, but okay, let's just pretend it was like that. There was another attic space. It would be right here, but I'm not gonna try to fit an attic that led up, okay? I'm not about to do that. Something like that, okay? And then there was a door here, there was a door there, and there was a door right there. I think it was pretty much like that, right? And then in terms of closet, we had one right here, one right there, and then there was an archway. No, I don't even think it was an archway. I think it just was just like that. I think this is going well. Yeah? Oh, I wish I could center this so bad. You don't understand how much I hate this right now. Okay, it's fine. We're just gonna use doors and forget that the closets even existed, okay? Because I'm not about to do that, okay? Okay, there we go. I think this was pretty much it. This door was definitely at a slant. But considering what we have to work with, I don't know if I can put this door at a slant. Can I? Yeah, sure, why not? The Sims will not be able to get in there. I'm sorry. You can change it back however you want it. They're definitely not going to be able to use that, okay? However, I am trying to be as accurate as possible, okay? So don't mind me. But the door was definitely at a slant. I remember that much. If I remember correctly, my older brother, he had his, this was my older brother's room. He had his bed like something like this, okay? And then he had a TV because he was the gamer in our family. Like, he was the main one, the one who introduced us into gaming, okay? He was definitely like more on it than we were, especially since I was like what, 6, 7 around this time, okay? There was literally no way that I'd be able to be going out and buying these games on my own, okay? There was just no way. He had this kind of TV too, and then we'll give you this as like to represent the PlayStation, okay? The PlayStation 1, keep that in mind. It was the PlayStation 1. They had a dresser. I kind of remember the dresser. I'm using that dresser now, I think. It was like one of these taller dressers. Not like this tall though, but like something like this, I suppose. But so far, none of these are really fitting what it looks like. Maybe this. Okay, for sanity's sake, I'm just gonna use this. Now, what did they have in the rest of the room? I know this was empty. Because this area, it spooked the heck out of me because of this attic right here. I just never wanted to go in this area. So I don't really remember, but I think they had a desk here. I think it was either here or there was a desk here. Did they have a bookshelf? I don't remember if he had a bookshelf or not. Okay, let's just say he had a bookshelf, okay? That way it kind of fills the space a little bit, because right now it's kind of plain in here. But it was true though. His room was very much empty. So the bathroom I kind of remember a little bit more. It was like one of those showers that was at an angle also. Like, it was kind of glass, but like it was more angled. Like, the door would be sideways like this. However, I'm going to what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to be a little bit sneaky, okay? Just so that everything will fit and be kind of functional, even though the door isn't functional, but we don't have to talk about it. We're gonna put this door here. I mean, the door. We're gonna put the sink, the toilet there, the sink here. The thing is though, I believe the door was actually more like this. Was it like that? But it's fine. We don't have to remember. Not everything needs to be memorized. This room, however, escapes me completely. Because the thing is, it was at a slant also. The roof kind of came up here. So it's kind of hard to say. And honestly, this was my older sister's room. I never went in her room. I was terrified of her. There was nothing you could ever tell me to do that could get me to go into my sister's room, okay? Like now we're okay. Now we're like talking and like we're on good terms. But back then, oh boy, I was a menace and so was she. So I could not tell you what her room looked like, okay? So I'm just gonna furnish it and kind of hope that I did it okay. Yeah, she had carpet. It was like a really ugly color. But it was like an orangey, like you see how this is brown? It was more orange, like 90s orange. I don't know if that's gonna be helpful at all in terms of explaining what the color was, but the texture for here pretty much similar. To explain this closet, we're gonna go use the doggy doors again, but it was definitely a lot taller, but it was like something like that. And then the doors would kind of like slide open and it would reveal more closet space. And then like every time my sister locked herself out, my younger sister, because my younger sister ended up taking this room over eventually, but like this one would be open. So they could just kind of like open that and go through there. Was there a desk in here? Yeah, there should have been a desk in here. I don't remember like this room at all. I can't believe, well, to be fair, there were 3 closets. Literally 3 closets. There's no way that you needed a wardrobe. Or not a wardrobe. Yeah, there's no need for a wardrobe if you have 3 closets. Let's be real. I think that's pretty much it for the first 2 floors. Okay, and then the basement. This is where like I get very confused, but also like very scared at the same time. So let's go ahead and light it up. Wow, this is so much bigger than what we actually need, but I guess that's fine. Okay, the walls were definitely not like smooth. It was more like this. Yes. Okay, so I think the washing machine was on this side, dryer was on this side. After that, I'm kind of at a loss. Either the water boiler was here or the boiler was here. And then I don't know how, but must be outside. No, my mom definitely had one of these inside. No, please. Okay, fine. We won't use it. Definitely along the walls, there was a bunch of storage. Like, we just never had enough storage, to be perfectly honest. And I remember we had this one Chucky doll I was just kind of like scared of. And ironically, it wasn't like the killer Chucky. It was the Rugrats Chucky. Back then, I just did not like Chucky. Now I love him. He's one of my favorites. But like back then, ooh boy, he was terrifying. And I don't know why. It was just a doll too. I never understood it. It's fine. We don't got to talk about it. Now I believe there was a white table. I think I can use this actually. Shrink it down a bit. I'm going to go ahead and put it in this corner. I think the boiler was on this side. And then she had just the table here. And then the hanging cloth thingy here. But you know, I can't put it. I'm very upset by that fact actually, but there was definitely piles and piles and piles of clothes just like everywhere. Okay, just piles of it. It wasn't even like neatly in a basket or anything like this, okay, but like there was just piles of clothes. Every time I wondered, where are my clothes? Why are my clothes missing? They're down here. Because realistically, she is washing like what, 3? No, she's washing clothes for 6 people. Okay? 6 people. So of course, like by the time I need clothes, it's not gonna be ready. Cause like literally, she would just be down here the entire time doing laundry. And that's terrible. I understand it now, but back then I was just like, where are my clothes? Why are they disappearing? Who's stealing them? And then at one point I ended up wearing my older brother's clothes and it was kind of awkward at that point, but we don't have to talk about it. And keep in mind, my older brother is 10 years older than me, so there's no way his clothes would fit me. And ironically, this concrete ground, that's pretty much what it was. It was just a concrete ground. Okay, I'm not gonna do the basement because this is way too big. Realistically, I think it would probably be about maybe this much. Yeah, actually, I can just go ahead and delete this part. Okay, there was a bathroom in here. And honestly, I didn't even know there was a bathroom in here until later when we moved out. I don't actually remember what was in here. I think it was just a toilet and a sink. Part of me wants to say there was a shower in here too, but I could not tell you. But you know what? let's do it. Let's just add a shower here. That's fine. Actually, I think they never furnished this room. It was a functional toilet because I remember my younger sister saying my older brother would hide in here. But if I recall correctly, the walls, oh, just thinking about it scares me. But like the walls were like fuzzy. Like, you know how like in the 70s they had like the fuzzy carpets in the bathrooms? It was that on the walls. I don't know how to emulate that, but I'm glad I can't. Because I feel like what I'm thinking about is right, and I don't want to be right. Let's just say it was like that. We're not coming back. I'm sorry, goodbye. Okay, now this room. This room was a little bit longer. This was my mom's sewing room. And honestly, this was like a murderer's room to me. But like for her, this was her sewing room. This is where she could kind of sew whenever she was at peace or something. Honestly, props to her because I could not be down here. Like just this basement in general terrified me. I don't really remember. We're gonna go with that though. I think the whole room was actually kind of more like that because I remember it was peeling at one point and we didn't really do anything about it. We just let it peel. I'm sorry, this room is kind of bothering me again. Oh boy. But if I recall, I think there was a desk in here. Oh right, we don't have sewing machines. We could put that. Yeah, that's fine. She had a stool in here also. I remember because I saw it and I was kind of scared for a second. But it definitely had a cushion. I think it had a cushion, or was it a wooden stool? I could not tell you. Okay, well, since I can't remember exactly what it looked like, I'm gonna go ahead and put these because I'm pretty sure she was hanging like her stuff on here at the time, and then she had more tools like spread out for her sewing. But that's all I really remember. And then this was just flat out storage, okay? But I think the basement was pretty much just like that. It was just all storage, pretty much. Now, you could not pay me enough to remember what it was we had in the garden, okay? I cannot remember it. If anything, I just remember just the moths that were just kind of like fluttering around during certain seasons, okay? And then I would step on them just enough to get them still alive. Okay, this sounds cruel and I realize this now, but I was a kid and I didn't really think much of it, but I stepped on them just enough that they were alive. Okay, I would pick them up and then I would just kind of tear their wings off and then just throw the rest of it. And thinking about it now, I was a cruel kid. Granted, I was that one kid that no one liked in school, so I think I was just kind of like venting out my frustrations on the poor things. So I'm glad I grew out of that phase. Now I can't touch bugs. You try to ask me to pick up a bug? No. I see a butterfly? I mean, butterflies are pretty though. I like butterflies. I think the main reason why I kind of like tortured these poor moths was because at the time I thought moths and butterflies were like sworn enemies, and I really loved butterflies at the time, so I was just kind of like fighting them off so that, you know, the butterflies could flourish and all that jazz. And thinking about it now, I don't even know if they actually are enemies or not. Okay, and then of course there's no room for a pool, but we had a circular pool, so I would have had to have done something like this, and it would have had to have gone out like around this area, but of course this isn't part of the lot. So, and then if I recall, they painted the bottom of this white, maybe something more like that. Yeah, close enough. I could not tell you what the rest of it looked like, to be perfectly honest. I'm just gonna go with black because the house is white, so it kind of helps contrast it and all that jazz. I remember my neighbors, they had like this bush kind of like hedge that went up to about this much, I believe. And then we had a playground kind of thing going on. But of course, The Sims doesn't really have like swings anymore. I don't think they have swings. Oh, we do have swings. We just don't have a slide. Okay. So we had a swing here. And then we also had like, it was a really nice playground thingy. And I loved it. We had a swing here. And then we had one of those seats that swung also. So technically another swing thingy. And it sat 4 people and I loved it. And then next to that, we had a slide. Like it was all connected, by the way. So it would be kind of like that. And then I guess since we're kind of emulating, might as well, right? So the little chair thingy, it was pretty much like kind of facing each other, and then it could just swing back and forth. There were like little things at the bottom that we could use to swing back and forth, and I loved it. It was my favorite part of this whole thing. We don't have an igloo. Okay, so we had a dog before and we kept it outside. I know it sounds bad, but we kept it outside. My mom, she did not like animals, okay? So it was the best we could do. But there was a dog house. So let's just pretend that this is like the dog house, and it's supposed to be an igloo. That's why I chose this one. And it was on a little bit of a hill, okay? And then like it would just be kind of like this. We also had like this little stepping stone kind of area. Honestly, I just loved playing with it, but it led to the backyard from the front. Yeah, it was something similar to this. However, this was all rocks. It wasn't like sand or anything. It was all rocks. As for the plants, I think they were just like big bushes. We didn't really take care of this side, to be perfectly honest. And then I think that's pretty much it. Most of the yard is kind of cut off. So, you know, yeah, there's that. That is it for this episode. I hope that y'all enjoyed it. What do you think of the house? I know it's kind of hard to kind of build a house from real life and put it into the Sims. The scaling is completely off and all that jazz, and it just kind of throws the entire thing out the window. However, it's pretty similar when you kind of break it down into separate rooms and all that jazz, sort of. But yeah, anyway, if you like this video and you want to see more by me, go ahead and subscribe to my channel down below. Would you have lived in this kind of house? I probably wouldn't in the Sims, but in real life, I like the layout, but who knows. But yeah, I hope that y'all are having a lovely day, evening, whatever time of day you're currently watching this in. My name is Cloud, and I'll see you in the next video of whatever I make.